The subconscious mind is constantly asking, what feels safe? What do I know? It's not asking what's possible for me. And this is why repetition matters so much. We all learn through repetition. As a child, we did. So every repeated thought and emotion that you feel, think, your belief and behaviour strengthens and builds neural pathways in your brain. The brain becomes more efficient at running those patterns automatically. So if a woman, let's say, is constantly rehearsing the fear, the self-doubt, the guilt, the resentment, or the lack or scarcity, those emotional pathways become dominant. But the beautiful, miraculous thing is that the brain is adaptable. That is why it's called neuroplasticity. New thoughts, new emotional experiences, new environments, visualization, journaling, hypnosis, embodiment work, and repetition can literally begin creating new neural pathways over time. Which means and shows that manifestation is not simply about wishful thinking, like so many of us imagine it to be. It's actually about subconscious reprogramming. It's about emotional safety with your nervous system. It's about identity work and creating the identity of the version that you would prefer to be. It's about changing the perception and the nervous system. It's more about expectation and aligned action that belongs to the version that you want to become. And it's becoming available to receive more because your beliefs shape what you notice, what you allow, what you feel safe holding, and ultimately the reality you experience. And this is why two women can be given the exact same opportunity and create completely different outcomes from it. Because one woman could walk into a room and see, wow, expansion. She could see opportunities, but the other would walk in and maybe see risk and fear. One may feel excited and the other one can actually feel terrified and overwhelmed. Whereas one woman would think, well, this could change my life. Wow. And the other would be, what if I fail? What if people see me for what I really am? Whereas the opportunity of walking into that room was actually neutral. What changed was the perception through which it was viewed. And perception is deeply connected to identity. Because if a woman still identifies with a version of herself that feels invisible, rejected, supported, not clever enough, not enough, then no amount of strategy alone is going to create a lasting transformation. Why? Because the subconscious mind will always try to pull her backwards to what actually feels emotionally familiar and safe to her, even if that familiar is painful. That is why women go back to those toxic relationships over and over again. And this is where so many women unknowingly stay trapped in cycles of burnout, overwhelm, and financial struggle. They are trying to create abundance from an identity rooted still in survival, not thrival. So they overwork, they overgive, they overthink and worry and overanalyze, and they end up pushing harder, and they're forcing the thing that they want actually away from them, believing that if they just work enough, prove themselves enough, achieve enough, or exhaust themselves enough, eventually they will feel worthy of receiving. But the honest is, worthiness does not come from exhaustion, and wealth cannot fully expand into a nervous system that actually still believes it's unsafe to hold more.